So understand that what is the character of a man is all the impressions that become stored, Like suppose I get up at 6 a.m. every morning, then it becomes a habit. This becomes an impression. So in whatever way, wherever I go by 6 a.m., I'll be up. Habit. So this habit becomes an impression. Similarly, we have stored so many impressions. So many. And these impressions as an aggregate, as a total, has become our character. So technically, it's our habits that has made our character to a large extent. And we keep blaming God knows what not. Because of that one, because of this one, I get upset because my boss is like this, my spouse is like this. No, it's my character. See, when it comes to Swami Vivekananda, we have to take full responsibility. Where? By ourselves. Whatever is happening, I will take responsibility. It's no, he's saying no blaming anybody. So then he says, as pleasure and pain, okay? See, eventually we all understand that there is going to be pleasure and pain. There is going to be joy and sorrow. There's going to be day and there's going to be night. All this is part of life. And we understand this. And we also understand that we learn from good experiences and bad experiences. We feel why this happened, but later on we realize that we learned so much from those experiences also. In fact, as he ends, we will go there. Point is, we need to know that I am a combination of my good and my bad experiences in my life. That is why when we want to consult, we consult the seniors, because they will know. They will say, see, I had this bad experience and I learned this. You don't make this mistake. From juniors, we can't do this because they don't have the experience still. That is why the good, the bad, as he says, the evil, everything is important. So don't shy away from bad experiences. If you got a bad experience, sit down and learn and think, what did I learn from this? It's very important. It builds our character. Imagine a person who has never had a bad experience. And imagine a person who is mixed, good and bad experiences. If you want to consult, who will you go to? You will go to the mixed person. You will not go to the person who has only good experiences because you feel, oh, they don't know much. Why? Actually, they have only good experiences. They know. But we know that good and bad experiences as a combination will build the character of a man perfectly. It is not only about good and it is not only about bad. It's a mix. And it's important. See, it's written as pleasure and pain pass before a soul. That's the self, the mind, okay? They have upon it different pictures. It means different images, different impressions. When you go through some pain, it changes you from within. It touches you from within. And same goes with the happiness also. So this is what he says. And the result of these combined impressions is man's character. So what is man's character? It's the combination of both. Okay? The good, as he says, the pleasure and the pain. It makes different images, different pictures. Where does the picture come? In the mind. And this makes, builds, breaks my character. Everything. Sometimes we feel so broken, we feel, oh my God, I'm just broken. But then somebody comes and something we listen to, and then we again rebuild our character. This is the strength of a human being. This is the strength. Now he says it is really but the aggregate of tendencies, the sum total of the bent of his mind. Sum total. Okay? It's the total of our tendencies. Like I could be lazy. I could be very active, overly active. These are my tendencies. So this makes my character, how I am. Okay? So next he says, you will find that misery and happiness are equal factors in the formation of the character. And good and evil have an equal share in molding the character. And in some instances, misery is a greater teacher than happiness. I 100% agree with Swamiji on this. Because actually, happiness doesn't teach us much. It is the misery that is a bigger teacher. It's a greater teacher. But we won't agree. Who wants misery? Nobody wants misery. We all want happiness and joy. But it will not help us break our, the limitations and break out of the limitations to flower and blossom into what we are. And then we'll say the character is weak, not very strong. Why? Because they've never faced any misery. Now imagine a person who has faced both and some big problem comes. And there is a person who has never seen misery and the problem comes. Who's going to be able to face it? The one who knows. The other one doesn't know. So then we'll say, oh, that person is little weak. They've not seen difficulty. Now they don't know how to manage. Imagine how important difficulty is. It's so important for shaping our character. So he says very clearly, it's very, very clear and strong. He says, I dare say. He uses very good words. He dare say. He says, in some instances, misery is greater teacher than happiness, post which he says, I dare say, in the vast majority of cases, he is stating a percentage literally, vast majority of cases, it would be found that it was misery that taught more than happiness. Because technically in happiness, we don't wish to learn also. Even if somebody has brought the Bhagavad Gita, we'll say, let it be. I'm so happy. Why I need Bhagavad Gita? You keep it. You are in misery. So the Bhagavad Gita gets opened probably in misery or in sorrow or in difficulty. We never know. So that's why he's not saying 100%. He's saying vast majority of cases, in difficulty, in misery, there is a chance of growth. Whereas imagine life is so good. Everything is, you have enough servants, you have enough money, you have enough of everything in your life. Imagine this state. Why are we sitting together reading Karma Yoga? Swami Vivekananda said so many years ago, so nice. He was a great man, but he would have said good things, I'm sure. But I'm in a good mood. I don't want to, get involved in what he said. I'm sure he said good things. But a little bit of misery, a little bit of doubts, a little bit of push from life. And we want to know, what is this life? So this is good because it gives us growth. Whereas only happy, that's it. No growth, no character. So character is the combination of both good and bad experiences. Okay? And in fact, he goes further ahead to say that it was poverty that taught us more than wealth. Imagine. Poverty taught us more than wealth. Again, same story. There is so much money. I am enjoying, partying. I don't need to work much. Just few hours. Everything is there. So many houses, so many cars. Now we are enjoying life. Now we are not ready to learn anything. Not interested actually. So it's very, even, it requires somebody like Buddha and, even the Western culture, when they reach to the peak, that's when they said, oh, I struggled and struggled to reach happiness. But when I'm on the peak, you go and ask the people on the peak, they will say, we are not happy. Then we'll say, Arey, we are all struggling to reach where you are. And you're saying you're not happy. So what's the point of all the struggle we are doing for success? So then, oh, that's how the Eastern people worked. Huh? They said, oh, there is no point. Let it be. I'm not going. That's not what Swamiji is speaking about. Because the first thought will come, oh, does that mean that poverty teaches us more than happiness? More than wealth? Then forget about the wealth. I'll become poor now. I don't need to work only. No. See, don't misinterpret anything from one page. Because as we move further, we will understand what Swami Vivekananda said. He is one person who says, get up and work. He's as strict. No sitting, no relaxing. Work is worship. If you want devotion, with work. If you want knowledge, with work. Everything you will push for work. So all of us who feel that maybe Karma Yoga meant that we must not be too much doership, let us reduce the work. No, no, no. So there will be more work. When we read Vivekananda, we have to understand there is more to do. More to do. Okay? So then poverty taught more than wealth, because in wealth we drown. We are not aware much. Okay? Poverty brings questions, poverty brings struggle, it builds our character also. So like we keep telling our children the same old story, they're tired of us. But the seniors on the group, we keep telling, I went by bus. I used to stand 1 hour for the bus. You don't know? Then our parents, okay, so their grandparents, the kids who are on the scene, their grandparents will say, I was walking 5 kilometers to school, etc. And they will say, okay, what are we supposed to do about this? Well, this knowledge is not quite useful for them. But definitely it built our character. We cannot deny that. It built our character. Comparatively, the children now have lesser strength of character as compared to us and even our previous generations. Our parents, our grandparents were such powerful characters. And look at the children now, even the younger ones, as they come. Pampered and pampered and pampered. One scratch, take tetanus. Run to the doctor. Take care, 10 days, no school. Arre, for us, tetanus from school, next period, sit down and study. Strength of character, but strength of character. That's the difference. So I'm not saying go fall down and struggle, but the point is this, that when there is both, there is more strength in character as compared to when there is only one maximum. Okay? It could be total poverty which could destroy someone, or it could be total wealth which could destroy someone. So we need a little bit of both in life. And then he says, it was blows that brought out their inner fire more than praise. Now, this topic we can go on for a long time. We as parents, how many of us are parents here? I think Priya, Savi, Devi, Anupji and me. Okay, good number. We have to stop overpraising our kids and we have to stop protecting them and not showing them what they are. We are spoiling them. They can't take it. Believe me, if you tell your child, you are dumb, you did not understand this maths problem, they're going to cry and they're going to break things and they're going to say, you said this to me, everybody in school is praising me And they will cry and make tantrums and will say, it's okay, you're the most beautiful, you're the most intelligent, finished. Character close. I will not say you have to say negative to the children, no, but overly positive is not necessary. They require some validation, but not, oh, it is so nice. They might show you one drawing, okay, some monkey or something, and you're, God knows who, the best painter in the world, maybe, that is not necessary. We are overdoing it. And when this child goes to school and shows that monkey to others, they're going to say, this is not a monkey, this is a dog. And then what they will do? Then what they will cry and they will come home and say what to do. Nobody is praising me. My mommy, papa are only good. They're always praising me. But that child can never survive in society. So always show them the truth. It is not, as they say, truth is bitter. So wherever necessary, be very practical and tell them what it is. And in fact, teach them how to take criticism. It's very important, very, very important for kids to take, for not only kids, for us also, to be able to take criticism. Poor kids, we are simply blaming them. First of all, if somebody criticizes us, can we take it? We can't. We find it so challenging that first of all, we'll say, oh, that man is a fool. He doesn't know me. Okay, this is one ego. And the other would be like, how can they say this to me? 2 days depression. Nowadays, everybody is depressed. I don't know for what joy. Somebody said something, I'm totally depressed today. I will not go and do my yoga, or I will not go for my walk or workout. Why? I'm depressed. And this word will come from the kids only. That's why I was targeting the kids, the older kids, like maybe 10th, 12th, Somebody said something, I am depressed. If Vivekananda was there and said, get up, get up. What depression? Start working. Do something in your life. Actually, even we and even our parents had no time for depression. We were struggling to make 2 ends meet. I was speaking to my niece and my daughter also. Both are like, she's older, but she was saying, she calls me Ammai. She says, Ammai, what do you know about depression? You were so busy building that house. You were so busy struggling, both of you, Ammai and Ammavan. What do you all know? For us, everything is built. House is there, car is there, job is there, degree, computer science degree is there. I'm depressed. You will not understand me, Ammai. I said, surely I don't understand you. She's 30, okay? She's not very young. She has a baby also. So she's saying, you will not, your generation is different. You were struggling to make 2 ends meet. We have crossed that. And imagine the 20s, now the kids in 18, 20. Ammai, they're going to be in full depression now. I said, wow. That's a good enough thing to think about. So I asked her, what is your problem? See, I had problem, I would feel depressed. I can understand. But she said, no, Ammai, you couldn't get depressed. You were too busy solving that problem. You, your spouse, your family, and everybody was, we have to do this, we have to do that. Depression, later on. We don't have time for it. But now, something happened. I am depressed for 2 days. Why? There is so much time. There is so much time that I have time to get depressed also. Why? Everything else is taken care of. Food is ready, servants are there, our parents are cooking, everything is done. What I have to do? Little bit only. Remaining time, depression. Why? Because they have nothing to do. Make them so busy, that depression, that word only should get out from their dictionary. Tell them you're free. That's why you can be depressed. You should be busy. so that you don't have time for depression. That's why all the organizations, if you see, whether it's Art of Living, whether it's Isha Foundation, they make their sadhaks work. Seva, 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 seva. All the time they're sweating, poor things, and working, 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 because otherwise depression. Because nothing else to do. Na? So that is why seva, even Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, put everybody into seva. He said, yeah, it's a fashion also now. You're not depressed. You don't know what is depression. You should visit the psychiatrist. Probably. It's like everybody knows what is depression. For me, it was a strange word because I remember feeling sad. I remember sitting down and crying when I was young. But time for sitting down and thinking about some problem which is unknown probably and crying and getting depressed is something we don't know. First graders. Okay, Akshata is saying.
Like when I was in school.
School. First grade, children are depressed. Wow, what could they be depressed about? I wonder about it. Everything is taken care of. That is the problem. What I will suggest is make them as busy as they can get. And then they have to go to sleep. That's it. And let them play. Let them play as much. See, actually, I'm not saying we were studying. At least I was not studying much. I used to play a lot. I used to not eat my dinner also. And we used to stay on the second floor, and Amma used to shout from there in that apartment, come up to eat. And I'll say, wait, one more round. We used to play like crazy. So much we played. Nowadays, poor children, they don't have place to play. So I'll suggest children have to play, they have to run, they have to jump, they have to remove all that energy. So that there is no time for depression. And they can do all activities. Swimming, some games, karate, whatever you can put them into. So that this issue will not come.